Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today, wherever you are in this great world. We're gonna talk about XRP. And I gotta start with this from E-Grade Crypto. He says, XRP, choose your targets wisely. And he put up this chart. So you see, conservative price in this run, $13. Average price, $22. Optimistic, $35.21. But E-Greg was calling for a $27 XRP back in 2022, back in 2023. He said the next bull run will take XRP to $27. So are these prices without the ETFs, without clarity coming, without ISO 222 going live, possible value coming from that as well? Because back in 2022 and 2023, there was no talk of ETFs yet. The crypto crackdown was still happening at the same time. So if that's the case, I still believe we could go even higher. What's your thoughts on that? Put it in the comment section down below. $2.50 price tag can soon become only a dream for XRP. And they're citing this rare death cross versus Bitcoin. Worst scenario revealed. I honestly think some of these articles are written by Bitcoin maxis, people that are Bitcoin only, because they're saying if XRP fails to move above this red line, we're all doomed as XRP holders. The price is going to come plummeting down. But at the same time, right now, what do we have? A whole bunch of catalysts lining up for XRP. And so far, XRP has been outperforming both Bitcoin and ETH. And I expect that to continue to happen as well. I think they're afraid that Bitcoin is going to lose the #1 spot to XRP during this cycle. That can very well happen, depending on how high the price of XRP gets. A wild moment, XRP briefly flashed $9,868 in a video by analyst John Squire. So when I read through this, what they're telling you is that that's not the actual price of XRP. And I 100% agree with that. We all know that as XRP holders. But why does this cryptocurrency have so many glitches? I know it happens once in a while with other cryptocurrencies, but not as often as it does for XRP. I always said that's most likely them testing XRP on the private ledger. And Black Swan Capitalist even said that he's seen the private ledger and the price of XRP is in the thousands. So if this is them testing out XRP on the private ledger at these price points, most likely this would be the price XRP will be at once the banks come out of the testing phase. But we really won't know until it happens. I always said glitches will lead to riches. Rumor alert, the U.S. government might be planning a massive XRP acquisition at $10,000 per token using treasury bills. If true, this could reshape the entire global financial system. There is never going to be a U.S. government buyback. Why would the U.S. government buy back XRP at $10,000 per XRP when they could buy it directly from Ripple? Behind the scenes, over the counter. Ripple could even gift the U.S. government XRP. Maybe some of that XRP is already spoken for by the U.S. government, because we just found out that the escrow can be sold even before it's released on the monthly, every month. But it just can't circulate until its release date. You know, there's not going to be a buyback because it also does not make sense. Every other country in the world would be doing a buyback as well. or people would be moving to the United States to sell their XRP to the U.S. government. ISO 222 goes live November 22nd. Banks upgrade from SWIFT to the new global standard. Many expect XRP to explode overnight, but November 22nd is the beginning, not the end. I always said we could possibly see gradual upward movement after ISO. And then as country after country, or bank after bank, starts utilizing the ISO standard, we could see a spike here and there. But we really don't know what the effects are going to be yet. I saw a lot of other people cite how the EU talked about 3 waves according to ISO. Wave 1, Wave 2, and Wave 3. But the biggest wave is expected to happen right after ISO is implemented. Are we going to see that? We really don't know until it happens. I just know this. I diversified over the ISO cryptocurrencies because I figured it's either going to be the biggest thing we've ever seen, or it's going to be something that we have to wait over time for more and more value. Either way, I think it's going to benefit ISO coin holders. Rosie Rios says, XRP's primary purpose is facilitating cross-border payments, while other cryptos find their value in speculation. China's latest move brings this point home. And you see, as Brad Garlinghouse stated a few days ago, we are closing in on the era of speculation to begin the era of utility. XRP will be at the center of this change because it has positioned itself and worked with regulators from day one. The Clarity Act will bring 99% of projects to value close to zero. It's no coincidence that this speculative bull run is different from previous ones. Rosie Rios knows the role XRP will play in the new financial system. Rosie Rios jumped on board with Ripple because she knew right away that XRP was the future. But speculation is absolutely coming to an end. I think it's going to really happen with regulations, though. That's going to separate everything. And going forward, from the time we get regulations, this space is going to change forever. You're not going to have the wild, wild west of crypto anymore. You're not going to have rug pulls happening anymore either. This comes from Paul Barron. Ripple Swell 2025 speaker lineup tells you everything about Ripple's strategy. November 4th to 5th in New York City isn't just another crypto conference. Here's what the speakers reveal about what's coming. Power on stage, BlackRock, NASDAQ, BNY Global, Citi, FTI US, Franklin Templeton, White House, first time since 2018. This isn't crypto people, this is real finance. What BlackRock and Franklin on stage means is both have filed or filing XRP ETF applications. Getting crowded, but they will be significant players. You don't put ETF applications on stage at an issuer event unless you're very confident. And I totally agree. I know BlackRock is going to have an XRP ETF. They are not going to miss out on that opportunity. And I still believe BlackRock is loading up on XRP in the background. Coinbase has something unusual happen. It looks like some type of TWAP, time-weighted average price, was also turned on for XRP about an hour ago on Coinbase. Look at premium developed compared to other exchanges. Yellow starts trading higher. 638 XRP buys repeated 4,287 times over the last hour. Pretty bizarre. We've never seen anything like that before. And nobody really knows what's going on here. Everybody's speculating on what could be happening on Coinbase, but we really don't know. Maybe over the next couple of days, we will find out the answers to what happened on Coinbase earlier today. Teucrium files for Flare ETF amid record network growth. So Flare Network is drawing fresh attention as Teucrium has reportedly filed for a Flare-based ETF. The filing comes as network activity hits record highs. And you see, Flare gains institutional attention. XRP growth strengthens Flare's ecosystem. Demand rises as Flare network expands. We've been watching Flare expand over the last couple of months. It seemed like nothing was happening with Flare, and then all of a sudden, one day, everything was happening with Flare. And this is why I was telling you, you got to buy it at these cheap prices. If you don't, you're going to regret it later. Think about it. It's sitting below 2 cents. If you're not loading up now, you'll be loading up at 10 cents or 20 cents or 30 cents. Think about it like this. If you could go back and buy XRP at, let's say, a dime, would you buy XRP at a dime? Absolutely you would, knowing where it's sitting right now. Same thing is going to happen with Flare. You don't want to miss out on this opportunity. I can confirm 50 million XRP is locked on Flare Network, valued at $125 million. And we're going to continue to see lockups. Hugo Filion over there at Flare, he wants to lock up 5% of all the XRP. Think about that, 5% of the supply just on Flare. And people still don't believe we're going to see scarcity for XRP. I believe there was 100 billion tokens because that's what it took to provide ODL all around the world. I also believe XRP was built to serve 8 billion plus people. That's why there's 100 billion tokens. But with all this XRP getting locked away all of a sudden, we will see scarcity sooner than we think. And the price is going to change very fast when that happens. But definitely don't miss out on Flare. This is just the beginning. Flare is going to emerge as a massive monster in this space. Why not load up while you still can? You know, I still wish I could go back and buy XRP when it was just a fraction of a penny. And I'm sure most of you wish you could have done that as well. But is that really going to matter once XRP reaches the much, much higher prices? We're going to be looking back at XRP at $2.50, and the only regret you're going to have is not buying more while you could have. I still wish I could go back and buy even more at 50 cents. I should have loaded up even more back then. But I was diversifying at the same time as well. I ended up buying a lot of XLM. I bought a lot of XDC. I still buy XDC because that is also still very cheap. Same thing with HBAR. I look at all these ISO cryptocurrencies right now, and I see them at dirt cheap prices. That's going to change very soon. They're all part of the new financial system. That's the way I look at it. But until it happens, stay patient, stay positive, and let's get rich together. With that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.